Tempers flaring and nobody sure who's doing what. Let's clear the chaos. Raci. RASCI. DARCI. They're not buzzwords, they're blueprints to clarity. We'll decode these frameworks to get your team across the finish line. Every project has moving parts, but when roles aren't clear, things grind to a halt. Tasks get duplicated. Decisions get delayed. And accountability? Lost in the fog. That's where Raci, and its cousins, step in. These frameworks help answer a critical question: who's doing what? Here's the classic Raci framework in action. R does the work. A owns the outcome. C offers input. And I stays informed. It's a powerful tool for cutting through confusion. But sometimes, Raci isn't quite enough. There's one more letter that can make all the difference, and we'll meet them next. Just when you thought the team was complete, enter the supporter. RASCI adds an S to recognize those who fuel the work behind the scenes. They fund, supply, or enable the outcome. And just wait till we bring a decision maker into the mix. In the DARCI model, D is the one with the final say. They're not just accountable for the outcome, they choose the path forward. While A ensures it gets done, D decides what gets done. 3 frameworks. 5 roles. A sea of acronyms. You might be wondering, are we making things clearer, or just cloudier? Fair question. Mostly, you just need Raci. Sometimes, adding a supporter brings the missing muscle. And, when decisions stall, a decider can cut through the noise. Now, let's see how these frameworks play out in action. Raci, meet reality. Let's bring Raci to life. In this first example, we're looking at maintenance. It's hands-on, urgent, and field-heavy. Responsibility is concentrated in the technicians, laborers, and operators. A single director is accountable, while the shop steward and inspector are consulted. The engineer and manager are simply informed. The second process is about annual budgeting cycles. There are fewer hands-on roles, but more behind-the-scenes players, accountants, estimators, and executives. Responsibility and consultation shift, showing how Raci flexes with context. Here we see the same organization, but the 2 different processes laid out side by side. Different processes. Different players. Same goal: keeping assets performing, keep realizing value for the benefit of stakeholders. Let's count how Raci roles stack up for each process. Maintenance is heavy on responsibles, 5 people. 1 accountable, 1 consulted, and 2 informed. Annual budgeting has fewer on the ground with only 2 responsible. Still 1 accountable, but now 4 consulted and 2 informed. With each process, a human architecture changes. Raci helps us map that. This chart shows how we assign Raci roles across 2 different procedures. Some people show up in both. Others only show up once. This is where the framework indicates not just who is involved, but when and where they're needed. But there's one catch. If you don't follow a few simple rules, Raci can quickly turn into chaos. We'll cover those key rules next. Raci has rules. Only 1 accountable per task. Too many A's? Turf wars. 1 or more responsible. Too few R's and things stall. Too many R's, missed deadlines and blame gets blurry. C and I, use as needed, but don't overload the communication lines. So, what starts as chaos can end in clarity, when we map roles to workflows with purpose. But we're just getting started. In other videos, we dive deeper into process mapping, team alignment, and the people side of asset management, so you can not only structure the work, but strengthen the team behind it. Stay tuned, and keep visualizing to visionize your team.